My tire went thump, thump, thump down the street, street, street. I better fix that tire right away.
Yeah, Len, how you doing? It's been a long time since we talked. I've used your music at the circus, children, sick kids hospital telethons. Did you start out as an entertainer, or were you educated as a musician?
It's so much fun, and we'll go back there.
I started out on piano training at the Royal Conservatory, clarinet, piano, flute, and then saxophone. And I went in more of a jazz route. I've always admired someone who can bring a room to life with entertainment. And I always wanted to do that. Bobby Jimby was a great influence on me, because not only was he great at getting people to sing along, he was also very animated off stage. My father knew him quite well.
Well, your father was well connected. He played for all the big greats, right?
He wrote for the Juliet Show, he wrote for CBC. I even got to meet Rich Little when I was only 10. And he told me that I was quite a character, and I didn't realize what a compliment that was. Both of my parents, what kept them living so long and so healthy and happy were two things. One was music, but even more important than that was family. Grandkids and the great-grandkids. My father also wrote for the Tommy Hunter Show as well. He was very modest about his own music, and yet he was brilliant arranger. Ideas that just showed a sense of humor.
Well, and I actually kind of think that's where I see that childlike approach, because I remember the first time I met your dad and your mom at their house. And I thought you were playing a gag on me the first time, because he looked so much like you, but he had this rooster of a pure platinum white hair. He was bright, like sunshine came from his face. He was such a bright, like a pleasant guy. And your mom was always very much a joke, it seemed too. That probably was part of their long marriage, and the reason they got along as long as they did and stayed together as long as they did.
Well, they were very much alike in some ways, but the opposite in other ways.
What instruments have you brought to play?
This is a mando uke. It's just got 3 strings. And I brought the flute as well. It can play classical, or it can play a jazz.
You play a guy who doesn't know stuff.
Which is easy for me.
Okay, how about this one? Flat man, Batman. But you can't tell this one. Is that a song? No, I was just trying to fool you there. What do you mean, Lenny Graf?
But then you show that you know quite a bit.
It's like when Yeah. No.
I thought I'd make myself a sandwich. To eat a house in 1 second? It's impossible. To play baseball with a chicken?
On this one? Well, I could play Dixieland music. Or it could be a classical type. I emailed the gentlemen that were in my band. I invited them to come and play a porch concert. We played this concert for the neighbors, and it became kind of one of many concerts. I started planning garage concerts as well, because as it got colder, I would have to put heaters in the garage for the musicians.
We wish you a happy Hanukkah, we wish you a happy Ramadan, we wish you a happy Kwanzaa and happy New Year.
And then I would spend some time brushing up on my classical piano playing. I'm tackling the Solfeggietto by Carl Philipp Emanuel Bach, which is a very fast piece which I will not play very fast. Solfeggietto.
Solfeggietto. What does that mean?
Not sure. I think it means you left the back door open.
Now you have a lot of confidence to step into different music instruments and music genres, and even to play jazz, which means you have to improvise.
It's not that much different than improvising in your language. What you have been able to do with any of our first language is to learn the language.
You actually have one that's got many languages. It's about hello and goodbye.
Can you say hello in French? Bonjour in Spanish. Hola. Italian. Buongiorno. Can you say hello in Hindi? Namaste. In Greek. Yasu.
I did some time ago. It was a PSA for Think First Canada, which is all about bicycle safety. YTV's Treehouse. I appeared on that network quite a bit, both as a guest, and these videos were shot in New York. You know, I love the bright lights, and I also loved when people would come up to me and say, "Hey, didn't I see you on that show? Are you Lenny Graf?"
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This isn't the Boston Symphony, don't worry. Mom's gonna do the actions. My tire went thump, thump, thump down the street, street, street. I better fix that tire right away.
Family gives you a solid foundation, a solid rock.
You come from a big family.
Yes, but if you count my nieces and nephews, and grandnieces and grandnephews, then there are 35 of us in total.
Wow.
I think the latest was my niece Jenna. She has a baby that's actually 3 or 4 years old now. It's no longer a baby. The time goes by.
And I actually remember interviewing the two of you at that channel. If you were up on the TV and you were actually talking to the kid audience, to me that's that fantasy we all thought of, is, you know, where the TV's talking.
Yeah.
There's a treehouse in my forest made of broccoli. That's why I always eat my broccoli trees.